Why are you writing the book now? Why is now the right time?
I think when the finale went out, we knew that was the end, and there was we've got a 25-year friendship, and we just felt it would be really nice for fans of the show to find out what our relationship was like, really, and to explore the journey that started back in 2000 in Leeds and ended in Barry last Christmas. So,
well, ended. Do you know Rob Wilford, who plays Jason, put on the still very active What's Occurring chat group that today was we wrapped 1 year ago today the last Christmas special, probably around this time.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! So, but today must be filled with memories for both of you. Then it's very sad, wasn't it?
It was sad, but it was also, you know, like when you kind of enjoy the sorrow.
Yeah.
It was a little bit like that because it was time for it to finish, and we had such great friendships that we made. It was like a little family, and and I think we were sorry to say goodbye, but also things have got to keep moving.
Yeah, of course. But you know what? Fans will be so thrilled because this book is kind of, as you say, about your relationship, lots of behind-the-scenes kind of stuff. And, of course, you met on Fat Friends. And then is it right that the idea sort of came from a friend that you had, James, called Gavin?
Well, the idea of how Gavin and Stacey met came from one of my best and dearest friends, my mate Gavin, who met his wife because they used to speak at work on the phone, and we both used to have season tickets at Upton Park. We used to sit in the lower Bobby Moore, and I'll never forget, he said, I said, oh, are you on for next week? He said, oh, I can't next week because, remember that girl I said that, you know, I've been chatting to her on the phone, and she worked in sales and he was in accounts and stuff like that, and he said, we're going to meet up. And they decided to meet up in Brighton. And the next thing I heard from him was like, wow, I think I'm in love. That's it, it's crazy. And so when we were talking about how the show, you know, why would they not have met? And obviously this is before social media. It's before you can find out anything, all that stuff. I said, well, my mate Gavin, and that's why we decided to call him Gavin, and that was it, really,
Oh, perfect.
So what I love as well in the book, Ruth, you talk about when you write the script together, you each do different characters. So who takes on who?
We have, I mean, it sort of falls into a groove, doesn't it? Like you always do.
I'm always Pam. I'm always Pam.
Why are you always Pam?
Because I love her, darling. I do. I love doing her no way, Chose. You better get ready, pronto pronto. I love being Pam, which means you're always Mick.
Mick.
Yeah. Mick, who said, you know, they say, who wears the trousers?
Yeah.
She does until he wants them back. That's what we kind of say about those two.
You're often Bryn.
Bryn,
So I'm Gwen.
Yeah, and then
You're Gavin. I'm always Stacey. I'm always Stacey. I don't know why.
And sometimes, weirdly, sometimes he is Nessa.
Really?
Oh, now that is a revelation.
Yeah. And I quite enjoy...
Brilliant. But you wrote it when you were doing the History Boys, the play, Alan Bennett's play.
That's right.
And is it right that you were hoping for a bit of feedback, but he left you hanging for a really long time?
Well, I was in the play when we were writing the show, and Alan had always been very, very supportive of it, and he read a few episodes, and he'd always check in and say, how's this show going? And then I remember telling him that, oh, we're going to shoot it, it's going to actually be made. And he really had some lovely thoughts about it, and then I knew that he would watch it, and when it was on a Sunday night on BBC Three, and I didn't hear from him, and then the next week I didn't hear from him, and I remember saying to Ruth, like, he clearly just thinks it's awful.
He hates it.
And, like, say nothing. And then probably about 2 minutes after the last episode of Series 1 went out, he called, and I said, Alan, I can't believe you've rung. I honestly had convinced myself that you hated it. And he said the most incredible thing. He said, no, love, I was waiting until I'd seen the whole thing. He said, why would I make up my mind after one episode? I wanted to watch it all. And he was very lovely, and he was great. And I mean, extraordinary person to have, like, reading your early scripts. It was nuts.
I absolutely loved it. And one scene in the book that obviously you had to talk about is when Nessa proposes to Smithy. Let's remind ourselves of that moment real quick.
I loves you. with all my heart.